You're seeing beheaded babies. Old men are getting suffering from what's happening. He got in my village. Gaza is the hardest life that a human can live. Hey, this is Fayez. I'm from Palestine, an ex-football player, and I'm studying sports science now. I have one semester left at the university, and now I'm in Bali with Barbie. Well, I came here in first place like to just clear my mind, try new things, making new friends, and it's going pretty good so far. It was almost like because I'm feeling so bad in Palestine, so I was like, why don't I have like 10 days holiday or something like that? And after that, I'm going back home.
So that's your last day.
Yeah. Today is my last day, yeah.
And today now you're gonna fly directly to Palestine?
No, I can't because there's no airport in Palestine. So basically, I'm going to Abu Dhabi, and from Abu Dhabi to Jordan, and from Jordan to Palestine.
Okay, by car?
From Jordan, yeah, by car to Palestine. There are 3 borders that I have to cross to go to Palestine: the Jordanian border, and the Israeli border, and the Palestinian border. So it's gonna be a long way from Jordan to Palestine. It's much harder from here to Jordan.
So can you just like shortly like introduce what's going on? You don't need to do political, religion.
Okay.
So just who really don't know nothing about
Well,
it.
basically, I'm gonna like say it shortly, but everyone thinks that this started like 2 years ago, since the 7th of October, but this is clearly a big mistake because this started like 70 years ago when the Israeli came to Palestine. And as a normal reaction for that, Palestinians will resist their land, they will defend their land, and will they do everything just to have their land. So basically what happened is just a move of resistance, nothing more and nothing less. From 2 years, the big conflict started, and the Israeli, they took the chance to start bombing people, to start the genocide on Gaza Strip, and it's awful. Like, if you just open your Instagram, go to a page that's called Eye on Palestine, you will see horrible thing, like terrible thing, you know? It's very bad, and this started not just by 2 years and Instagram like show us what happened. No, this happened 70 years ago. And if you go into history and read about history, you will see, or you will read things that more terrifying than what's happening these days.
And what happened in your life 2 years ago when the big conflict started?
Yeah. My life became much more harder. Like, it was hard, but now it's the double, you know? Because I live in West Bank, not in Gaza Strip. I live in West Bank, and they started like the same thing in Gaza, like by killing people. I lost my friends. I have friends that injured, and it's really hard about like putting the borders inside the West Bank. For example, I go to the university. My way from home to the university is 20 minutes by car. And when I'm coming back, there's a checkpoint in front of my village, and there's only one entrance to my village. So I have to wait like maybe 400 cars before me to get that checkpoint and get checked and go to their village. So I wait like 4 hours or 5 hours or maybe 6 hours until my turn is coming to get checked and then go home.
What's going
From-
on the checkpoint?
Okay, so a checkpoint basically is a place where maybe have a group of Israeli soldiers, and they are fully armed. You know, they have guns and stuff, and they just stand and telling the Palestinian cars, okay, come on, and you stop. When they come, okay, turn off the vehicle, and after that, okay, get out of the car, and they check the car, what's in the car, and most of the times they know there's nothing, and they know every car, and they know the ID of every car and the driver, and they know there's nothing but just to, you know, killing people from here, you know what I mean? Okay, by being honest, in West Bank it's different. Like nothing is like Gaza in the world. Gaza is the hardest life that a human can live, because there's no water, no food, no electricity, and you know, the bombing everywhere. There's no homes. If I want to talk about Gaza, like nothing is like Gaza. Everything's different. But I'm talking about West Bank and how people are suffering in West Bank, and it's really different about what's happening in Gaza, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was your life when the first bomb happened?
Well, at the first months, it was really hard for Palestinians, like to see their brothers are getting killed, and still hard. Like no one in Palestine living his own life, you know. It was really hard. Just seeing the news, and you just can't do anything. You just in your house looking at people are killing. You're seeing beheaded babies. You're seeing old men are getting like suffering from what's happening, and you just sit at home. You can't do anything, and we felt like it's we like cheating on them. You know what's that mean? Like if you are safe at your house and you're eating, you're drinking, you have electricity, and your brother is having nothing of that, so you feel bad for yourself. Like, why I'm having so good things, people in Gaza don't have it. So that gave a very bad feeling. We can't do anything. Like, I don't know how to say it, but you don't have the power to do anything, because no one does in this world. Like only the governments, and the governments are doing nothing. So basically, what am I gonna do? Like just only by talking or saying anything. Yeah.
Story, what's happened in Gaza with your friends or someone who you know?
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk about something or about someone, and he was like a sport guy, and he had his own gym, like he has a fitness studio, and he has a pretty family. And when he was talking about his story, like it was really hard for me, because when I hear what's happening to him, I was like, how is he gonna handle all of that? Like it's really hard for him. So basically, he was with his family in his home, and you know, the Israelis told these people in this area, okay, leave your area, we're gonna bomb in here. So he just was for a half an hour after his home, out of his house, looking for a taxi that brings his family to a safe place in Gaza. So in this half an hour, like when he just came back to his home, he was fully bombed. And his 4 children were in that house, and his mom, his dad, and maybe his wife. From all of that, just his wife could survive, and his father, and they were really injured, like very bad injury. And his 4 kids were died, and his mom died, his sisters, his brothers, like he just was so alone. And that just like, you know, touched my heart. Like it's really hard for him, you know. and his gym like costed him a lot of money, and it was like the project of his life, and it was fully damaged and bombed, and he was like, just, I don't have nothing, I don't have family, I don't have money, I don't have anything. And it was really hard. So this is one of million stories you can hear in Gaza, and it's one of the hardest that I really saw. So yeah.
Wow.
Like hospitals in Gaza, most of them, or let's say 70% of hospitals in Gaza are bombed by the Israelis. So medicine is so bad. Okay, for example, this man that I was talking about, his wife was very injured, and doctors told him that she needs to eat. Like, she really needs to eat because she lost a lot of blood and stuff like that. And he was saying, I can't find an egg to feed my wife. Everyone tried to help on his own way. So basically, if a medicine student in his third grade or third year, he just helps. Whatever he knows, like, he just helps. And there are doctors who were helping 24 hours a day. And there's a doctor I saw on Instagram. He was helping people, and there came someone who needed help, and it was his son. And his son died in front of his eyes while he's surviving other people. So it was crazy. It was so bad. Like,
Oh my god.
it's really bad. Yeah.
And how was the bombing side of with your eyes? So did you hear them? Did you see them?
So basically, as I said previously, like, bombing in West Bank, like, isn't normally like what's happening in Gaza. But you know, sometimes they bombed villages like nearby my village. For example, Balata camp. They bombed it, and it was like terrifying. Or basically, when Iran and Israel start bombing each other, like, I was feeling the Irani bombs, and even though they bomb like very far places, and I was feeling them from my house. And when my house starts shaking and the doors start like shaking as well, like, it was really terrifying. Like, I'm so bad. I'm feeling so bad for Gaza people. Like, when the bomb comes like next to him, and there's no shelters, and there's nothing to protect them. Like, it was really terrifying for me, and it was very far from me. So how about people, children, old people, when it comes to them, like, very near to them? I mean, Palestine is a very small country, so everything's close to each other.
Yeah.
But my city is kind of far away from Gaza. It may be gonna need in the car like 4 hours or something like that. Yeah, but clearly it's not allowed to go to Gaza. I've never been there. There are a lot of cities, you know, in Palestine that I have never visited because it's not allowed to me to visit. For example, the cities like near the sea, Jaffa, Haifa, Akka, I'm not allowed to, because if I have to, I need to do some papers, and I have to make an ID and a lot of things. And if the Israelis accept me to come, then I can come, or maybe not.
Yeah.
But in these days, it's not allowed to me. Yeah.
A real experience when someone wanted to like eyes a bomb. You was never.
Well, I didn't see it like in front of my eyes, but I saw something similar, like when a Palestinian gets shot by the Israelis. So in my village, like, it's really normal for the Israelis' vehicles to get into my village. And you know, when they get there, like, there are people who started throwing stones on them, as maybe some people saw it like getting into my village. So it's a kind of resistance them. Like, it's only a rock on a vehicle. It's not gonna even hurt them. So they started shooting the small kids, you know, 14 years old, 13 years old. And I've seen some of them who's getting hurted, you know, or getting shot. And after a few days, they maybe get dead, you know. So yeah, I've seen that.
Your life, like how it's affect what's your experience. If you say someone like you're from Palestine, what do you see in their eyes? And
Well, I think it's mixed feelings between being happy or being sad. It's being happy because I see every time I see I'm from Palestine, everyone say, "Oh, nice, we support Palestine," and I see that empathize for Palestinians, so that makes me happy. But at the same time, it makes me sad because everyone is sad for my people. Like, my people should like live their life, you know? Like they need to live a normal life like everyone else in this world. So why my people should be empathized with? That's what makes me sad, because every time I say I'm from Palestine, everyone's being sad for me. I want them to be happy for me. Like, okay, Palestine is beautiful. I visited Palestine. It was really nice. That's what I want. Not to be very sad for my people. But at the same time, it's good because I see people supporting my country, supporting my case, supporting my people. So that's also happy.
Example, with my eyes, when I was seeing you, it was for me like first like, wow, you're the first person who I see, and finally I'm so happy that someone is traveling.
Okay.
Because I never see like
That's
people
right.
from
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of really difficult to find a Palestinian who's traveling solo, because it's kind of hard of finding the visa for visiting the countries, and it's also like the economic side. You know, most of Palestinians don't have enough money to travel or to have fun or to do anything, because if a Palestinian like has a family and he has some money, he prefers to spend that money on his family, not to go travel and have fun. So that's the point.
Experience during your traveling when something happened with you because they saw like where you are from, or some attraction, or like if you was.
Well, luckily I didn't meet anyone in here. Most of the people,
That's good.
yeah, it was really good. I was like,
That's nice.
I was nervous to meet some of them because it's not gonna be good at all. So most of people that I met here, all of them or most of them, they know Palestine, and they are supporting the Palestinian side. So I didn't meet anyone that like has awful feeling for Palestinians. But even I'm gonna say something that happened to me. You know, I was there's an application that's called Talk. I don't know if you heard of that. So basically, that's an application for learning new languages. So I'm learning German, and I was at that application talking in a group room, voice room, and a Spanish guy got into that, and he was asking, "Where are you from?" I was from Palestine. "Why are you learning German?" I was, "Because I'm moving to Germany. I want to study there." And he was like, "No, you shouldn't go there. Stay in your country. You're bad. I support Israel." I was like, that's terrible. And I just left the voice room and went away. So
It was a group chat, or it was like one by one?
no, it was a group chat,
Oh my god.
and people were in that group
Why do
chat.
you humiliate people like that? Like, you know, like.
Yeah, that's that's how they say it in English.
Humiliate them. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. So we just have to accept that fact, you know.
yeah.
Yeah. In the morning, I was watching my village news, and there's a page that posts all the news about the village. And there was a video for two 15 years old kids. They were beaten by the Israeli soldiers. And when I saw that, it was so bad. Like, 15 years old, you have like to look for your dream, to follow your dreams, or to like building your future, studying, having fun, I don't know. But got beaten by the Israeli soldiers, that's the hardest thing that would happen. And the baddest thing, the worst thing about it is like it became normal. Like if I see a Palestinian is killed or it's beating or anything, I feel like that's the normal thing. Like it was really normal to me. Like, okay, I've seen that before, so it's normal. So that's the hardest thing about it.
Actually, that's I know what you are saying, because actually now people, if I are just scrolling on Instagram,
Exactly.
they are seeing like, okay,
Exactly.
it's still happening. It's okay. Oh, it's still
Yeah.
doing it. Okay, and we just
That's
like,
really,
scroll further.
yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that's
It was it became like very normal to people to see it, and just as you said, like scroll on Instagram. It's okay. It's happening. It's not stopping.
and it's still happening.
Yeah.
That for someone like your comparison and experience.
Funny experience about it. I'm not sure, because it's always related to bad ideas or to bad situations.
What you like to share?
Talk about.
Talk about.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about two things. The first one is when I was 4 years old, I had a really good connection with my brother. And then after that, the Israeli took my brother and put him in the jail for 2 years. And when he came out, I was like older 2 years, and 2 years without seeing my brother. And it was kind of hard, like getting the same connection before. Like he was almost like a father to me. And after he came out, it was kind of hard, like to get another connection with him, like in the past, when I was a kid. So it was kind of also mixed between happiness and sadness. I'm really happy to see my brother again, but it's also sad because I lost a little bit of the connection with my brother.
This conflict because of the Israel-Palestine conflict.
Yeah.
Go to the jail.
Yeah, of course. Like a lot of Palestinians are in jail. What do you mean?
Oh
Like,
my God.
like maybe
I
there is
didn't know
more.
that before.
And my father was in the jail, and my uncles, all of them were in the Israeli jail, and my aunt was there for 6 months. And you know, Palestinian prisoners now are suffering a lot in the Israeli jails because they don't have enough food, and there is, you know, what it's called, the scabia, you know, the disease on your skin, for your skin. It's becoming very popular in Israeli jails because they don't let the Palestinians to get shower, they don't give them enough food, they don't see the sun. So they basically are in just one room, and a lot of people, maybe 24 Palestinian in one room. And there's no sun that comes to the room. So scabia started on their skins, and you know that scabia is doing like this. Yeah, it's really sketchy and it's really hard. And they don't give them the medicines, and it's also like you can't change your clothes at all. Like you stay in your clothes for a month or something like that. So my friend just came out like months ago before I came here, and he was telling me horrible stories about what's happening. He told me like he spent maybe 3 days just on a spoon of rice, and he was telling me that officers uses that against the Palestinian. So he told me something that happened to him. He was really hungry, and the Israeli officer asked for him to talk to him. And the Israeli officer was eating McDonald's, and a lot of food. And my friend was really hungry for 3 days. And he was sitting and looking at the food. And he was like, "Do you want to join? Come join me." And he was like, "Okay, I would join, but what for?" And he was like, "I will let you eat and like stop being hungry by telling me some information about other Palestinians." So they get their information by using the hunger of Palestinians and the suffering of Palestinians. And my friend was like, "No, I'm not telling you anything. I'm gonna stay hungry. If that would make me dead, I'm not gonna tell you anything." So there are horrible stories. I'm lucky that I didn't experience that in personal, but I hear a lot of things. So there is another situation that made me feel like so bad. It was my classmate. We were together like for 10 years in the same class. And unfortunately, he passed away because he got shot in my village. And it was really hard, like, to accept the fact a person with a dream, with a future, who wants to continue, like, he was killed by the Israeli, like, in a cold blood. And no one would care about him because he's almost like a number to them. But I would say no Palestinian is a number. All of them are people who deserve to live their life, who have their dreams, and who are planning for their future. So Palestinians are not numbers. They are like a human being, just like everyone else in this world. Yeah.
And you need to hurry. But how do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a hard question because it's not stable in Palestine, because I don't know. But to be honest, it's really hard to like finding my future in Palestine. Even though there are people who are very successful in Palestine, and I know people that I learn from, and they are very successful, especially in my field. They build their own business, and you know, I'm trying to do so. But I think there are many reasons that why I'm going to Germany, especially for studying and for making a better version of myself, because studying in Germany is really good and university is very strong, and that will give me very good opportunities. And you know, I was a football player and I was playing professional football player, and for the past 2 years there's no football in Palestine. So basically that's you know, no football player in the world stopped playing football for 2 years, because you know that's the end of your journey in football, and that what happened to me. And of course I'm gonna be related to Palestine. It's my country and I have that connection with Palestine, and my family stay, like it's gonna be still in Palestine, so of course I'm gonna be back for a long times. Like I'm gonna go to Germany, okay, study and do things and work, but also I'm gonna go back to Palestine for my family and for that.
What do you study actually? What do you study for?
Sport science.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's nice.
Yeah.
I can't really wish that.
Oh yeah. Okay, thank you.
That's cool. Okay. Actually, I think it's
That's
done.
it?
Thank you so much for your time.
You're
It was
welcome.
really nice to hear your.
It's really thanks to you, because as I told you, like you're doing something for my people and for my country, and I really appreciate that, because you're the best. You know, you're the best person I've met in here, like who supports Palestine and want to do something for people. So that's really nice, and you know, Palestinian people will appreciate that. Like really, if they saw the video, and I'm gonna post it on my Instagram and my Facebook, so when they see that, like they're gonna respect you like a lot.
Thank you so much.
So thanks to you. Yeah, thanks to you. You're welcome. Yeah.